made up some of those words?
No, that's how it goes.
Really?
Yeah, Ozzy had a friend named Mark Sheppard who made fun of his other friend who he called Rob. And so that was how the verse is all about that.
I thought you said this was a small stage.
It's not big.
It's huge.
They're bigger.
It's just got trees and a set of keyboards on it.
Yeah, well.
You guys are like in 1/3 of the stage.
You make us nervous. We were in the middle of the stage until it became your panel.
Okay, so you stay over here, and I'll stay over here.
Now listen, tonight's a different story. Tonight we take over the whole stage. But right now we're...
How many of you lot are coming to the concert tonight? Why is that not all of you? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Do you know what the concert is? Do you know what we actually do at this concert?
No.
Do you have any idea?
No clue. I mean, I know. I'm just speaking for them.
I thought that was the voice in my head. This is what goes on in my head.
Talk to the dead.
Your voice sounds like a southerner.
That's so good.
Weird.
So, I urge you, seriously urge you to come to the concert tonight. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So, who's been to one of our concerts before?
Mike and I went last week in Minnesota.
How was it?
We loved it. It was great.
It's cool. I'm excited. It's windy.
Mark,
So, what do you need?
you'll be there tonight.
What?
You'll be there tonight.
I'll be there tonight playing drums at some point.
Playing drums. I feel like this is the time of the panel where I simply say this, ladies and gentlemen, the king of hell, Mark Sheppard, everybody.
Rob, right? Rob. I got it right. And Bill. Damn. They're nice boys. Hey guys! Mellow day. Vancouver, in the rain. Welcome to my world. Yeah.
How's your snot?
Yeah. What? You have a question? Line's open. What do you want? Dressed like that, what the hell do you want? What'd you come as, Osric?
I want to stay warm. It's cold here.
You want to stay warm?
Yes, this is why.
Sharp, jagged bits of costume keep you warm?
It does.
Wow. Isn't it National Cosplay Day today or something? I think it is, actually.
This is warrior cast.
Yeah. Cass?
Yes.
Warrior Cass? No. You read it wrong. Warrior Cass. W-O. Right. That means he worries a lot. It's got nothing to do with fighting.
Well, I worry too.
Where's the tie? Where's the tie?
It didn't fit.
Well, thanks for making the effort. It was really nice to hear from you. Well, you kicked us off for a great start here at Vancon. What's your bloody question? What's your question?
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Oh, don't ask me silly questions. I don't want superpower. The power to stop people asking silly questions. That would be the power. Hey, is that it? What are you doing over here? Oh, fun people. Love sign language, mate. Bullshit. Bollocks. Only 2 words you need. What do you want?
Hello. So in Vegas Con, you said that
Crowley has never...
I lied.
No, you didn't. You said that Crowley has never smoked out black, and I went back and revisited it, and I just
I never
decided...
said Crowley has never smoked out black.
No, you said that he's never blacked out, and that you're not sure...
Blacked out? I'm sure he blacked out many times at parties.
So I want to know what...
I know what I said. If you can't quote me correctly, why bother? What I always said on a continuous basis is Crowley's eyes have never flashed until we let Crowley's eyes flash. Not only did they flash, but they also smoked.
Yeah, but okay, so they flashed red though, so I want to know what
That
you
was
think.
my decision.
That was your decision?
If I squeeze my nose hard enough and really, they flash red. They go blue if I do something else.
So do you think Crowley's a demon, or is he some other being?
Do you think Crowley's a demon?
I think he's some other fantastic being. And
How do you
you're
know
inside.
that he wasn't just trying to show Sam something special? How do you know anything?
I know nothing.
Exactly. Thank you so much for your questions. You got questions over there? You know you have a wall of people in front of you.
Yes, I see that.
Cool.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hey,
I was wondering, what was the first song you learned how to drum? What's your favorite song to drum to? And what's your favorite song to sing?
God. First song I learned to play drums to?
Yeah.
I don't know. I must have been about 12. 11 or
Okay.
12 years old. So that would be 1976. So that would be... no, that would be like MC5, Stooges, Bowie. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Mott the Hoople, that stuff. That's what I listen to. Favorite stuff to play drums to?
Yes.
Come to the concert tonight and find out.
I have to work tomorrow.
There's no such thing. You're already here. Just stay.
Can I have a note from you?
I will write a note for you. Don't worry. Don't know what the note's going to say, but I will write the note for you. What do you want, girl?
Yeah, because you're in like Doctor Who and had time travel, and Supernatural has a lot of time travel in it now. I was wondering, what time period would you want to live in and why?
Tuesday, 3 p.m. Next question.
So, seeing as you've been in a lot of sci-fi...
Name them all.
I mean, my mom wants you to know that she does love you on Leverage and Warehouse 13, so... and so what was your favorite character to play?
I don't know. What's your favorite character?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty partial to Crowley.
Me too.
Yeah, he's alright,
You lost? Have a seat. You're not bothering me or anything. No, shut up. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. 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 5? You can count. Well done. I'm 51. Sorry, did you have a question?
Yeah, I think you just answered.
What?
I
I just answered it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, your favorite character to play was Crowley, so... Right? Yeah.
That's a hell of a briefcase. Can you keep your sandwiches in there? Pretty cool. What do you need?
I was wondering if you'd ever heard about the association with your Crowley and the one from the novel Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil
Never
Gaiman.
heard of it ever in my life. Never discussed it with Neil Gaiman. Never pointed out the fact that,
And I was wondering
Neil Gaiman thinks that Eric
what you thought
Kripke
of
stole the
that
names
association.
from him. The problem is that you're dressed as Castiel when you're asking me these questions.
They don't have a Crowley.
You're actually dressed as Osric being Castiel.
They don't have a Crowley one.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I buy
Go
it.
out and get a suit. Go get a tie. Dress up. Dress appropriately. Make the bloody effort! Damn you all. What? Now I'm getting irascible.
Mark, hi.
What? Hey,
If you could, if Gavin
I can do
and
anything.
I know. So, would you like to work with Ruth and Theo?
Never again. Ever as long as I live. What do you mean?
What would you like to see
She
them?
called me a gnome. She's about this big and she called me a gnome.
She said you called her little bits, wee bits.
No, wee bit.
Wee bits.
Yeah, what about it?
What would you like to see happen next?
Her die. A painful, long, and miserable death. And my annoying teenage boy that eats pigeons on light bulbs can go too. What? Barely getting started here. Come on, jeez, come on, hurry up.
I want to say congratulations to you and Sarah. So, if Crowley had to pick someone to marry in Supernatural,
Sarah, next question.
what kind of person would Crowley pick?
Or Dean. Why?
I'm actually going to cosplay Crowley next year, so.
Next year, you're saving up for a real costume.
Okay, my question is, do you think Crowley is more so on Team Free Will or on the evil side?
I'll answer you next year. I think Crowley's on Crowley's side. And that's the part you have to remember. Crowley is on Team Crowley. Hey, you are certainly better looking than Richard Spade. Hey guys, next question. I'm so chatty today. Next question.
Hello.
Hey.
I want to ask, what would it be if you be a villain like Crowley inside the Doctor Who series?
What? What?
You be a villain like Crowley
You
inside
asking me to
Doctor
write
Who
your fan fiction for you now? Good God. I actually have a role in Doctor Who, you know that, right? So how would I possibly reconcile that with the role that I have? And it's all gone quiet over there. Like a Chelsea supporter. Did you watch the football today? Or a Liverpool supporter? Hey, what's up?
How are you today?
Tired, emotionally drained, really depressed at the questions. Wonder what are you doing? What are you doing?
Hopefully I do a little better.
I'm working out where my photos are, so I know when they are, because I'll miss my guild photograph.
At least he's honest.
So, Mike, there's so many incredible music on the TV show Supernatural. And I was wondering if there's any songs you'd like to hear on the show that haven't been played already.
There's loads of them. I mean, you got to remember that when you put a song on a TV show, it costs a lot of money. A lot of money. So some things are easy to get and some things are not. Anybody here watch Battlestar Galactica? What is wrong with you people? Probably the best piece of sci-fi ever made. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Worth watching. Take the 84 hours it takes to watch it and watch it. So, for example, there's a connection to the song All Along the Watchtower. And All Along the Watchtower is written by Bob Dylan. And while it's easy to get Bob Dylan's All Along the Watchtower, it is not easy to get the version of All Along the Watchtower that everybody knows, which is Hendrix's version. So the cost is so prohibitive to get songs for television. And I think our producers and, are amazing at getting stuff that's really good. Stop giggling. What? You say you're fans, but I'm still really sweaty. But yeah, I mean, I love it. Anytime we get anything good, a little more Bad Company maybe. It'd be kind of good. A little Bad Company's always good. Hiya. Hey. Are you Canadian? Then you wouldn't say hey, you'd say a. Teach him everything. How'd you get 100 Canadians out of a swimming pool? Say, please get out of the swimming pool. How'd you get a Canadian to say sorry? Step on his foot, that's right. I used to think it was the politest place in the world. It's not. It's just literally the most passive-aggressive place in the universe. Thank you so much. Please come back. So, on that note.
Hi.
Not yet. What's up?
So I was wondering that if Crowley played an instrument, what instrument would he play?
What?
If Crowley played an instrument, what instrument would he play?
If Crowley played an instrument, what instrument would he play?
Yeah.
It probably would be a violin, wouldn't it? It would be a violin, yeah. A violin. Oh, God. The world's smallest violin. Very funny. Nice joke. Yeah, these questions are interesting. Next.
Hello. If you could have tea with Crowley, is there anything that you've ever wanted?
What is wrong with you people? You sit in line for like all this time to do what? To ask strange questions about things that could never possibly... If I can have tea with Crowley, I can do anything. I'm having tea with Crowley right now. What question would I ask Crowley? I don't know. Let me think. One lump or two?
Thanks.
Next!
Very quickly, Mark, congratulations on 26 years. It's an amazing accomplishment, and I'm working on it myself, and just want to say thank you for being open and cool about it.
Barely hear you. What's going on now? It's just it's the way the PA is. So.
Just wanted to say congratulations on 26 years.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I'm working on it myself.
You're working on 26 years?
Well...
Are you going to quit after 26 years?
No, definitely not, man.
How much time you got?
About 3 years.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
The trick was is when I first got sober, the guy that helped me in the program said, look, just give it 20 years. If you don't like it, you can go back to what you were doing.
Exactly.
And I sort of didn't pay attention. I got to 20, I was like, oh shit. So I could go.
I'm supposed to go back, right? No,
my life changed, so I was good.
The love of two good sons.
It's a wonderful thing.
It's changed.
Wouldn't be here without it.
But
maybe, but then when I hear the questions, I'm not sure that that's a good thing.
I wondered if you knew about this picture.
What picture?
It's spectacular.
Yeah. I've seen that a bunch of times.
I'm working on a piece of fan art that's going to incorporate pretty much every one of these shows you've been in.
Oh, good God. On you? Ooh, timey-wimey. Yeah, that's a beautiful... That is an amazing tattoo. That is absolutely gorgeous. That supernatural tattoo is amazing. It never ceases to amaze me that like Jeremy Carver was always like, he understood what the fandom was, but it wasn't until I sent him a picture of somebody's calf with "Let's go take a howl at that moon" written on it that it was like, oh shit. I said, no pressure. You better write me some good lines for the end of the season. So they went, "Here's Johnny," written on the back, something stupid, but it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
We're brave people, I guess. We wear our hearts on our sleeve, literally. It's a wonderful thing.
It's the names of my two sons in my country.
You better be Canadian. Or you got Maple. Do you like those maple cookies? Do you like them?
Not particularly, but my son will eat 1,000.
Yeah, but I mean, they're so Moorish, though, aren't they? You can't just eat one. Thank you, though.
Thank you, Mark.
Hey.
Hi, I have a question and a follow-up question.
Oh, good God. Greedy?
If you could be a Disney prince, which one would you Or if that's too abstract, if you were forced to cosplay as a Disney prince, which would you use?
What did you say? I can see you. What did you say? Right, just for that, you're going to have to answer my question for me. You ready? So if I had to be a Disney prince, which Disney prince would I be? were brave enough when I was walking over there. You can be brave now. Come on, you can do it. Can you think of any Disney princes? Who are the Disney princes? I know who it would be. I know exactly who it would be. Prince Charming. What? What? He did? I don't care. Prince Hans? Nice job. Okay, pretty good. Is that what you think? Yeah, I know, you like Frozen, I guess. One of them things. How old are you?
5.
Me too. I am 5! And a bit. And a half. What grade you in?
Kindergarten.
Cool. What are you learning in kindergarten? No, come on, what are you learning in kindergarten? What are you going to write? You don't know? I know the feeling. It's like when they ask me questions on the line, I just never know what I'm going to say. But thank you for heckling, I appreciate it. Sorry, did you have a question?
Well, the follow-up question is...
Oh, good God.
It's very similar. Which Disney princess would you be?
I have no idea. Pick one. Go.
Hi, Mark.
Hey,
I admire your work,
thank you.
and I want you to help me figure out a question I've had on my mind for some time.
The answer is 42.
You know how Sam and Dean detect whether or not a demon has been present by deposits of sulfur?
Some demons.
Right. Some demons? Okay. What I'd like to know is just how they deposit the sulfur. What orifice?
It's usually egg salad sandwiches. Bad egg salad sandwiches.
What was that? Say that again.
Huh?
Say that again, please.
Sorry?
Can you say that again?
No. But,
Don't traumatize me, please.
What?
Don't traumatize me.
I'm not traumatizing you. You big faker, you. Yeah. How do you feel about the weather?
Not so much.
It's not good, is it? It's really so blustery and weird.
Not good for the hair.
Sticky. No, I know the feeling. You from here?
No, I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Coldest place in winter, right?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I'm glad you made it here.
Always glad to see you.
Oh, you too, madam.
Thank you.
Hey,
Hi.
what's up?
Hi. So, if you could go on tour with any band as a guest drummer or guest singer, who would you go with?
Probably Loud and Swain would be fun. Oh no, we'd have to get rid of that rich guy, the guy that sings at the front. No, it's Rob.
Other than Loud and Swain?
What?
Other than?
I don't know. I have no idea. Who would I like to go play with? I played with a lot of bands. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's almost like asking me what shows I want to do. I don't know. We'll see. It might be fun to go back and play with some of the bands I was in and go do more tours, but stay in much nicer hotels. Drive in nicer buses. It's a good thing. Thank you. Hey.
Hi, Mark. So at the end of season 10, Crowley's situation...
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Really? One person who hasn't seen season 10? Thanks.
It's kind of...
So we'll all wait for you to catch up. Does anybody have it on them right now? She can sit at the back. We'll sit here for a couple of hours while she goes through.
Situation's kind of unclear, but we...
What is unclear? That I'm dead?
Yeah.
I'm dead. No, you're not. I'm dead.
But we also saw him,
Saw who?
Crowley.
Where?
Go back to sort of darker, more evil song?
Not when he was dead.
No, but before that.
Before he was dead?
Yes.
Well, it wouldn't matter, would it? He's
So,
dead.
I was just wondering how are you feeling, if you're excited.
Dead?
If you're excited to...
No, just dead.
Okay. If you're excited to...
You're just not going to give that up.
If you're excited to...
I'm still not excited. I'm dead. Sorry, what were you saying? If I was excited to what?
To be dead.
To be dead.
Can I ask the rest of my
Oh, you got a question? I thought it was just an observation.
So what I was going on about was
Being excited.
about playing the more original evil, darker version of Crowley, and if you're looking forward to that relationship with the Winchesters and the one.
I'm dead.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey.
Hi. I was wondering.
Dead. No, you don't.
Who would you want to play Crowley's father on the show? I asked Ruth this, and she said William Shatner or Michael Fassbender.
I can see the Fassbender connection. Don't know about Bill. Bill would be wonderfully sarcastic. I was watching him on a Columbo episode last night. It was really funny. He's got a wicked sense of humour. I like that man a lot. I was laughing that I got caught between a Twitter war between him and Kansas. The most bizarre thing I've ever read in my entire life. Which sort of introduced me to saying hi to Kansas. But the hell are you doing with the yellow wings? Flew through a mustard field? Angels. Waste of space. What? It's all about the demons. There's no hiding. What?
Thanks.
Oh. Did you have a question? I did. That's a miracle. Go on. What?
Are you as badass in normal life as you're the king of hell?
Yes. I've killed millions.
What's an embarrassing story you can tell
Can you
us?
do that deeper?
What's an embarrassing story?
I love you. I think you're wonderful. Come here. Good job. What's what?
What's an embarrassing story you can tell us?
Rumpelstiltskin? What's an embarrassing story you can tell us? About what?
Like on set or something or out?
On set? I'm never embarrassed on set. They should be. All of it? You haven't skipped anything? Even the boring Misha bits? What? Yes, looks like Columbo, Constantine. My favourite Misha bits is Steve. When he's Steve, he's really good at Steve. But embarrassing, what's embarrassing? There's nothing really embarrassing about it. Maybe I should be more embarrassed. That would probably be a bit better. But no, I can't think of anything. Everything goes on the gag reel now. It's like we never get away with anything. They roll the cameras on everything. So anything we do is seen by everybody. How old are you?
13.
13 years old. Wow. It's amazing. And you've watched the whole show.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
Crowley.
Good job! Not the slightest bit of manipulation or coercion. Thank you. I'll tell you
Hi,
something.
Mark, how are you
Hey,
doing?
hold on a second. I was going to say something really amazing. It's like, there's people I know here and people I've seen many times before, and welcome to you all. Always good to see you. But I'm always blown away by the fact that there are so many new people. How many people here have never been to a supernatural convention? And how many of you are going to go to the concert tonight? How many of the new people are going to the concert tonight? That's going to be fun. But we're just so blown away by the fact that in the slightly older days of television, bless you, in the slightly older days of television, if you missed a show, it was very difficult to catch up. You had to wait for DVDs, you had to do all this stuff. Now with the new content delivery systems, the way that we watch things has completely changed. And so, girls like the one I was just talking to, it's a phenomenal thing that we're seeing, is that people can watch what they want to watch, when they want to watch it. And it's changed the demographics of what we do entirely. And we are so grateful that we have so many new fans, and we love you guys so much. We think it's incredible. What's up?
How are you doing?
I'm not bad. You?
Oh, not too bad, I guess.
Surrounded by women, you're not doing too bad at all.
Oh, no. I got a wife, so I gotta be careful.
Careful? What do you mean careful?
Don't want to put myself in the hole, so.
Okay. What's the question?
Yeah, I was wondering, you gave Jensen and Jared some nicknames like Moose and Squirrel.
It wasn't actually me.
What you came up with, or?
No, writers came up with those. It became, look, it was a really simple thing. Look at Jared. Tall.
He looks more like a Sasquatch to me.
No, he doesn't look like a Sasquatch in the slightest. Think about it. My turn now. You've asked your question. My turn now. So if you look at Jared, he has little legs, but long little legs, skinny legs, and a big upper body torso, right? He's ridiculously strong. The guy's insanely strong for his size. Just like a moose. So all of the mop-headed lumberjack, gigantor, giraffe, all those names that come up were never quite as funny as when we had "Where's your moose?", which is still probably my favourite line in the show. To which Dean says, "Oh, he went." And it just stuck. And then the Mooseketeers and then the stuff. Now when you have moose, of course, then you have to have... No! You have to have not moose. This was the etymology of this, isn't it? Moose, not moose. Then, of course, Moose, Squirrel, Boris, and Natasha. So, I'm not sure if I'm Boris or Natasha, but we'll work that one out. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if they give you any nicknames off stage that you're very fond of.
It's kind of scary. Kind of fond of. I know. What do they call me? Shep. It's kind of simple. Hey, Shep. That's pretty much it. It's nice. At least they don't hate me. Hey. Hello. This is more men than I've talked to at a supernatural convention in 5 years.
That's essentially my question.
Why?
I'm a 60-year-old guy who's been a fan of the show since episode 1, and I was totally clueless what the fan demographic of the show was like. And I'd like to know how it feels to have all this feminine love and energy aimed at you.
It's been like that my whole life. It's just a burden I have to bear. You know. Welcome to the family. You will make friends, trust me. That's the great thing about this. It's a wonderful social group of people, and there's always been this really weird stigma in fandom, in the idea of fandom, that there's something wrong with fans. The fans are somehow, odd, sort of negatively portrayed, odd, weird people, and I've never found that to be the case. I mean, I found some people to be odd and negative, but not fans in general. Fans in general tend to be amazingly intelligent group that are very, very motivated now. I think especially Supernatural fans do a lot of things for a lot of other people, which is a rather remarkable thing to watch. And it's just such a special thing to enjoy, is that the power of fandom now is something that's really real and it's really amazing. I think it's a beautiful thing. You guys never cease to amaze me with your generosity and kindness, so you're cool. What? Hi.
Hi.
What's that mean?
I was just
I
wondering.
can't see that far. What are you asking me? 5 minutes? Yeah, right.
I was just wondering if you were ever on Saturday Night Live, what would be a sketch that you would definitely want to do?
I don't know. I don't think they'll ever invite me on Saturday Night Live.
I think they would.
I don't think so. I just don't think that's my kind of thing. I love watching it. I've always loved watching it. The good years and the bad. What's your favourite sketch on Saturday Night Live?
There are a lot of good
See?
sketches.
Difficult question to answer, isn't it? Maybe do one of those nice NPR ones like Alec Baldwin did. I love those. Pete Schweddy. Love that stuff. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, how you doing? New lens? At least I'm observant. Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad. Long day. A lot of walking.
Crowley says Crowley can do anything, but when you say Crowley is dead,
Yeah.
what can Crowley do when he is dead?
Rest. I mean, it's just so sad. I mean, you're just going to have to get used to not having me around anymore. What?
He faked his death before.
I did?
Yes.
Oh, that's with that Castiel fella. I had to go clean up his messes. I don't know. I think it's pretty permanent. I mean, I think you're left with Rowena now. Wow, enthusiastic.
Excuse me, but can I say you are dead gorgeous?
The feeding is mutual. Yeah, shame I'm dead. Dead. D-E-D, dead. Dead. Hey.
Hi.
What?
So there are a lot of aspects of Crowley's characterization that have been explored over the years. Are there any others that we haven't seen you'd like to get the chance to see in future seasons, assuming you're not dead?
Well, if I wasn't dead, which I am, what would I like to see the side of... Oh, I'd just like to see Crowley win properly, like he deserves. If everybody would just listen to what Crowley says, the world would have been just such a better place. Seriously. That's where all the problems come from, is they just don't pay attention to what he's doing. What aspects would you like to see? What aspects would you like to see? What aspects of Crowley's character would you like to see unfold? Easy.
I would like to see them touch a bit more on his interest in his human side of things.
Really?
A little bit.
It's annoying as
There
hell.
was no closure with it, though.
That's how we got the whole frickin' Gavin and Rowena thing. Getting assaulted by whiners and midgets. Tell you what. No, cool. human thing. See, that's the trouble. See, the human thing isn't Crowley. Crowley doesn't have a human side, really. Fergus is the sort of the aftermath. The original soul that was demonized is Fergus's soul. So if you scratch away at that and try to humanize that, that's where the problems with Rowena and Gavin and everything else come to, which is what has made it very difficult for me for the last year or so. But now I'm dead, it doesn't matter.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
I actually met you for the first time at the Leverage convention, the one and only, and during the main starring panel, you wandered in and started asking questions at the mic like a fan. Have you done that since?
No.
No. If you could, what would you ask them, or how would you?
What would I ask who?
Jared and Jensen.
I don't know. What could I don't know. I see him a lot.
But if you were asking as a fan.
Why are you so tall? Why aren't you nicer to Mark? Those sort of things. I once, everyone used to come up and go like, "Hey Mark, it's really nice to talk to you, and but what's it like working with Jensen and Jared?" And it's like, drove me crazy for like years. And then one time I said, nobody ever gets up and asks them that. And there's a wonderful video on YouTube. There's somebody going, "Oh, Jensen and Jared, we really love you. What's it like working with Mark Sheppard?" And they both looked at each other without breaking a single moment, just like, short. It's so annoying. Hey,
Hi, Mark.
Hey.
Hi. This question is actually from my son. He's too busy like getting all psyched up to do the contest thing. He's going to be Bobby. He asked me to.
Do I have to kiss him? And what's the question?
Well, my question is, if Crowley, if providing he's not dead,
which he is.
Yeah. Well, but he may come back, right? If he were to come back and not be dead, let's just pretend that.
Yeah.
And he would have like a long-term romantic relationship. Would you be averse to that being an angel, so he could have a really cool bipolar angel demon baby?
Funnily enough, that was actually my nickname at school, bipolar angel demon baby.
It's slightly longer than Mark Sheppard, but sure.
Hey, Rob.
Hey.
It is Rob, right?
It is Rob, yeah.
Rich.
That's Rich, yeah.
I was actually all set to correct you. That was weird. It was Rich. Oh, wait.
So, well, this is the point where I have to tell you, as strange as this may be, and as odd as this may be, my energy is really strange today, but I love every minute of doing this, and there's a reason why we do this is to get to meet you guys, and it's such an honor and a pleasure to meet you guys. We make television on our own, we do it by ourselves. A lot of people work really, really hard, put all their love and their energy into trying to make the best possible show that they can make, but we don't watch it with you. We don't get to experience that live response that we get from playing our shows or doing these things. And coming to conventions, people ask, why do you come to conventions? And we come to conventions so that we actually get to see the faces of those people that we're playing to. And it's that wonderful circle. You guys give us back so much in this circumstance. And I love every minute of it. And I've enjoyed it for a long time. Apart from the questions. I think the questions were crap. Really going to have to ask better questions. But it's a joyous thing, and I'm very grateful to the people of Creation for giving us a forum and a platform that's very different than any other type of convention I think that we have. And I think, signing conventions are great, big signing conventions are fun to do, but the amount of time we actually get to spend with you guys and get to know you guys in some way, and what you share with us and the joy and the love that you show us is such a special thing. And we love it. We love every second of it. If you guys are new to this, remember, it's an amazing community. It's an encompassing community that cares about other people. Make friends. You will make friends. There's a lot of good people here. Some bad ones, but he's not working till tomorrow, right, Misha?
Right.
But in the interim, have a wonderful time. I hope to see you all at some point during the weekend. I love you all. Thank you so much for your kindness. This has been Vancon.
Mr. Crowley, what goes on in your head?
There he goes.
Mr. Crowley, if you talk to the dead.
Thank you guys. See you tonight on the show.